Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Coach Dimitri. We are here from the Pure Motivation Podcast Show, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Tamara Mizrachi. How are you?
I'm good. Hello.
Awesome. So we are here today to go through a different style of podcast, and we want to showcase some of the success she's had, some of the struggles she's had, and we also want to talk about something really, really important, which is what to do when you're going through struggles and success. Tamara, I'm going to let you introduce yourself in a few seconds, but we just want to let all the viewers know that this wasn't a point A to B road where we told you what to do and you just did it and you came down to the end, right?
No.
Awesome. So give us a little bit of introduction for yourselves. Let us know some stuff about you and also how long you've been a member for.
So my name is Tamara. I've been at PMF for 8 years. Pretty athletic, very interested in the gym lifestyle.
Yeah.
And have really learned a lot being
Nice.
at PMF.
Now, before you came to us, tell us what life was like, because I know that when I first met you, you had an athletic background.
Yeah.
Let the viewers know about your athletic background.
So I started 20 years ago,
Nice.
I think, at Strictly Fitness. I had a trainer there.
Yeah.
He was great too, and he really started me off.
Nice.
And then got bored there. After a while, just lifting weights, so I switched over to Muay Thai.
Tamara gets bored very quickly, guys.
Yes,
Okay, so you started doing Muay Thai. How long did you do Muay Thai for?
12 years.
So for those of you who don't know Muay Thai is known as Thai boxing. It's a beautiful martial art where you use like knees, elbows, shins, punching, striking. It's a very, very aggressive style of martial art. And you did it for how many years?
12 years.
12 years, awesome. And then after that, how did you get to the point where you started Googling, or you said you Googled and you searched us, right?
Yeah, so from Muay Thai, I started working more, didn't have the time to, it wasn't working with my schedule. So I decided to come back to weight training. So I Googled, and here I am.
Awesome. So she Googled Pure Motivation Fitness, and then when you first came, what made you, like, other than maybe proximity of where we were located, what made you like choose the club? And when you did choose the club, what made you kind of decide, okay, this is the place where I want to put my eggs in, as you want to say it, for the last 8 years?
I didn't really know what I was doing. So coming here and having classes, having coaches really helped with the whole experience.
Nice. All right. And then what was your first impression when you joined, or when you heard about the body type philosophy? Because I know that it was something new to you. What was how did it help you, or what was your first impressions?
It gave me a better understanding about myself.
Yeah. How so?
How I need to train, how I need to eat, and then having people to help me get there.
Nice. Okay. And for those of you who are either new and haven't heard about body type specific philosophy, or have never heard of it in general, there's 3 specific body types: the ectomorphic person, the mesomorphic person, and the endomorphic person. You can be a little bit of a mixture of either two, but just primarily it's a basis of breaking down people and kind of giving them an understanding about their metabolic rate, their body composition, their general structure of their body. And then also when they're eating, it's important because different people's metabolisms work differently. And when you give someone a specific program, but the nutrition doesn't work, they're not going to get the result. If you give them a meal plan, which is customized to them, but the training plan isn't customized to their body type, they're not going to get the result. So a lot of times people in the world struggle because they go back and forth and not really sure what to do. Tell us about your experience. You came on board. We got you set up with some classes. I think you were doing 1 time a week with a coach.
Yeah.
You were doing some classes. How did that go?
It was great. I learned a lot about movement, how to work out. Like, I haven't done weights in so long. It was all Muay Thai.
Right.
Had nothing to do with weight training.
Right.
And so I started to really like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And then what's nice about this story is when Tamara first came on board, she crushed it right away. And not only did she get results, but I think within her first 90 days, she was down 15 pounds. She was down 5% body fat, 4 inches off her waist, increased 9 pounds of muscle. So things are going good.
Yeah.
Awesome. How long did that last for?
It lasted for a while, but then I hit a plateau.
how long would you say? What is it, second year? Was it third year? Fourth year? I think midway?
Midway, yeah.
So let's say maybe around year 4.
Yeah.
And now keep in mind, guys, this is someone that has been training for 8 years at a club, 8 years getting education, 8 years putting in the work. She came in, she got results right away, but then your schedule got changed?
Yeah, my work schedule's all over the place.
Awesome. What do you do for work?
Social work.
Perfect. So you're constantly dealing with what?
Mental health.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how does that stress from work trickle on to your personal life?
It can be overwhelming sometimes, and I think you need to have an outlet to release it.
Nice, nice. So for those of you who don't have an outlet and you are in either a similar profession, or you're a teacher, you're in the trades, you're in sales, if we don't have an outlet, you're just going to build up and that's going to blow up on you, which isn't a good idea. So let us know now. So you've been coming here, you started getting stuck. I remember that one of the things I was saying to Tamara was, when you get stuck, you got to change your workout, you got to change your nutrition.
Yes.
Now, for those of you who don't know how athletically, inclined you are, tell them about your basic style of training and what you do before your workouts, which threw me off the wall, and I'm like, no! But this is something that I think has also been therapeutic for her, and she'll tell you about it, but she's badass when it comes down to what she does during her workout sessions, and she makes it like clockwork. So let them know what you do, your secret.
I run. I love running. It's therapeutic. It's not even about the cardio for me. It's my time.
Right.
So I was running before my workout, anywhere from like 5 to 7K.
So 5 to 7K before her workout, then she'll smash a cross training class or a personal training session, and that's how many times a week was that? 3, 4?
5, 6.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Do you ever do workouts where you're just running and no weights?
Rarely.
Rarely. So you always combine them.
Yeah.
And tell me why you've always was it just because you're used to doing them before the workout, or how did you come up with that setup?
So with Muay Thai, it's so important to be conditioned.
Right.
And cardio is important for Muay Thai.
Right.
Right? So I would always run and then do an hour and a half of cardio conditioning for Muay Thai before you do the Muay Thai, the rest of the workout.
Then the technique comes in, then the boxing, all that stuff kicks in. Okay, makes sense. So for the average person that's looking to just train and work out, and you think you don't have time or you don't have the ability to, here's an example of someone that was able to. So what ended up happening, I think, was, and here's where the turning point is, and this is what I admire about her. She got results, things worked well. This is what totally usually happens. Then you started getting stuck, but you didn't give up.
No.
You kept training, kept going to classes, your results kind of plateaued a bit.
Yeah.
And then what I noticed from her was she was going even harder with her runs. And I'm talking about even when it's like lightly snowing outside.
Yeah.
Even in the cold, you can see the Pure Motivation hoodie down Major Mac, and you're like, oh my God, there's Tamara. And I'm not a big cardio person, but I know that when I've tried it before the workout, I got no energy. She's able to crush it and still do a strong workout. Tell me about some of the challenges you felt when you were stuck, because I want people to hear this, because they're probably going through the same challenges. They just don't admit it.
I was frustrated. I felt like I work out so much, and it's part of my lifestyle. It's not like, and the results were not happening. Right. So it was like, how come it's not happening? How come I'm working out and spending, an hour and a half in the gym every day?
Right.
But there's no results. Nothing's changing.
Were you keeping track of your food? Because I know we've given you a meal plan, and you've gone through that. You've understood the macronutrients and all. So you were still following meal plan. You were still training, but you're stuck.
I was stuck, and then I started keto.
Okay, so tell us about that experience, because this is very interesting, guys. And for all the ladies watching and all the men watching, because I'm going to make sure this video goes out to all the men who followed me as well, listen to this.
So I did keto for 3 years.
Okay.
2.5 of it was during COVID, so it was very easy. I was at home, there wasn't restaurants, there was nowhere to go.
Right.
So it's very easy to keep that kind of diet in your home.
Right.
But when you go out, it's very hard to accidentally have sugar in your salad dressing, or something that's going to go against keto, right? And so now when your diet is going up and down, in and out of ketosis,
right,
and it's a high fat diet,
the minute you break it, I want you to explain this to them, because you really got into the science of it. Explain to them what happens when you go off a bit.
When you break it, and it's not even intentionally, sometimes accidentally. Now it takes time to get back into ketosis. And so if you're going out more often now, it's likely that you're going to break it accidentally.
Right.
And that now affects your cholesterol.
Were you doing like the urine strips to check if you were in ketosis? Yeah. You were doing that?
Yeah.
So she was actually doing it to the T, guys. 'Cause I know a lot of people are like, well, I'm on keto. And to them, keto means, they're skipping their breakfast, and then they're having like chicken salad with nuts, and then they're having a dinner, another piece of fish or meat, and then a lot of fat. But she was actually doing properly, which she was checking her ketosis level through the urine strips.
Yeah.
So to stay in ketosis, it's difficult because true ketosis, correct me if I'm wrong, is like 5 to 10% of carbs, max?
Maximum 20%.
Maximum
but
20.
20% is very low.
Right.
When you look, like, everything has a little bit of carbs.
Right.
Right? So, like, you couldn't have a fruit without it kicking you out of ketosis.
That sucks.
Right?
Right. So give me an example of what a day was like when you were like hardcore into ketosis, saying, this is what I'm doing, I'm following it.
So I wouldn't have breakfast. Lunch would be a protein, maybe a salad, because lettuce is very low, and not even a full salad. It would be maybe like a Caesar salad where it's just lettuce.
Just plain.
Right? With like...
So not like vegetables, zucchinis, and okay.
Because you have to structure where you're going to put in those carbs.
Right.
20%, 20 grams is very little.
20 grams a day.
20 grams a day.
Holy crap, guys. That is super. Now, again, I do believe that there's benefits of ketosis, which she'll let us know as well. But over the long term, there's challenges. So 20 carbs a day. And then after lunch, what would you have?
Again, protein and a very small amount of a vegetable.
How the hell were you able to run and do the classes and train with that little energy?
I don't think I was lacking energy because the fats were very high. So I never felt like I was lacking energy. When I felt it become a problem is when I was going in and out of it.
Right.
Right? Because now I felt my stomach was bloated. I was very uncomfortable, because the second you go out of it, you feel it.
And I can remember her coming into the club on some days where she's like a different person, and she's just mad, and this is not working, I'm bloated, and she'd bring me her body comp sheet. It's not working, Dimitri, I'm upset, I want to give up. And I'm like, no, you don't give up. Because also you have to recognize one thing is, the longer you've been training, so she's got how many years under your belt? 25 years of training?
Yeah.
25 years of training. I have about 30 years. The longer you go training, the longer your body adapts to things, the longer your body gets used to it. And then to make change is super tough. Versus a new member that can join tomorrow, can come in, they can just do working out, they can walk in the morning, a little bit of fasting, and get crazy results.
Yeah.
So you were on the keto plan, you were getting stuck. Was your weight going up now?
Yes, because I wasn't consistently in ketosis anymore, because I was starting to go out.
And now, was there periods where you said, F it, I'm just going to eat whatever I want on the weekend, like a normal human being?
Yes.
And everyone watching, you guys understand, this is a true person giving you the reality where you are going to have some weekends where you just want to have a meal with family.
Yeah, and it was to the point where I'd be going out for dinner and be like, no, I can't go there. Let's go somewhere else.
Awesome.
And so people would have to accommodate me for my diet.
How did you deal with it when you also were, working on weekends and working late evenings with different shifts because you do different styles of work? How did you manage it?
It was hard. I'd have to prepare or just not eat.
Right.
Right? It was hard. Like I said, majority of the time it was while things were shut down. And when things started to open up, that's when I realized this is a hard lifestyle to keep.
Now, from the 15 pounds that you dropped down when you were at your first peak, did you go back up 15 again or any more?
I think I gained almost 30 when I came off of it in a year.
In a year?
Yeah.
So despite the fact that the keto was a fast, quick fix and it helped her out, she not only, all the hard work, all the time and energy she put into the program, she slowly gained back. And I'll tell you why, because I don't think you were gorging and binging, but your body was just getting used to eating carbs again, natural carbs, from going so long without it. And here's another thing about restricting calories is, and the beauty of us having the InBody stats, the club, is when you restrict your calories, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you start restricting your calories, your body gets nervous, your metabolic rate slows down because it's trying not to burn as many calories because it doesn't know where the food's going to come from. When your metabolism drops, your lean mass drops. When your lean mass drops, any fancy computer you get in the world, even an InBody machine, is going to recognize, okay, Tamara weighs this much, her muscle's here, her fat's here. If her muscle's dropping, the percentage of body fat's going to increase on these machines. Now that probably drove you nuts.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're training, you're putting in the work. And then I think you went through a period of time where you're like, you know what? And this is what really got to me was, she goes, I just want to come here and do my own thing.
Yes.
Tell them about that.
I came here and I did my own thing.
So there was a period where I think maybe you didn't believe in the fact that a trainer or a class is going to help you out because it's not working on the scale, so maybe it's not working from the club.
I just felt like nothing's working. So I'm just going to come and go through the motion.
Okay. What made you not quit, man? Because that's, okay, so going through the motion to the hallelujah point, hey, Dimitri, I need help. How long was that?
It was about a year, 6 months, a year.
So we got out of COVID.
Yeah.
And then when we opened up, so I think we opened up 2022.
Yeah.
So for the 6 months, that period was where, what made you say, okay, one last shot at this, I'm not going to give up?
I just didn't feel comfortable with myself, right? And I'm also a very stubborn person, right?
What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Oh, I was going to say, if you're a Taurus, then we'd be twins here, but it's okay.
And I'm a creature of habit, right? So when I get stuck at doing something, like, change is hard.
Right. So you got stuck. So the story went from amazing, hey, congratulations, good job, to, okay, my body's getting used to this, to what the hell's going on? This is bullshit. I'm gaining the weight back. I don't like this. People are probably seeing me in the club. They saw me get the results. Now I'm kind of off.
Yeah. I'm
going to go do my own thing. Screw everybody. But you didn't quit the gym. Why didn't you quit the gym? I remember fighting with you saying, no, we only have this program, and because you have training sessions left, okay, we'll give you some access because you bought training and you still got sessions left at our fitness studio. Just in case of those of you who don't know, we're not an access gym. We don't sell membership because I do believe membership fails people if there's no training, coaching, and accountability.
Yeah.
So what made you just not give up? I know you're stubborn, but where did you get to at the point? Because a lot of people would say, you know what, screw this, I'm done.
It's part of my lifestyle. I enjoy the gym. And I thought, let me try a coach to do some one-on-one training and see, and then the nutrition from you, and then see if I can push through it and get some results.
So here's what happened. And I clearly remember this because I remember behind the camera right there's a big, there's a brown, like a bulletin board. And if I were to open it up, there's a whiteboard behind that right here. And I remember Tamara coming to me, and maybe this was like the 4th time in the week where she's asking me questions and she's fed up. And I'm like, you know what? That's it. I had enough. Get my app out. And ever since COVID, I started an online coaching program for men over 40. During COVID, there was a lot of men reaching out to me. Hey, I'm watching your videos. I like what you're doing. You're motivating, you're inspiring. I need help. I'm in a crisis. I'm in depression. Everyone was feeling something.
Yeah.
So I started an online coaching program for men. And also, if their wives want to work out too with them, we help out men and women as well. But primarily, it's made for men. And the studio's co-ed. So with my coaching app, it's a mobile app that I invested into. And it has workouts that we can upload based on your body type. It has nutrition programs that we can put in. It has the ability for you to have a screen where you can check daily, and I'm going to put it in the side captions here so you can see it, but you can see how many steps you're doing, what your workout day is, There's like a button you got to click on for like Sunday food prep and Wednesdays. Then there's a part where you can message and communicate and ask me questions like 24/7. And the one part that I thought would have been amazing for her beyond the training, because she's already hardcore with training, I said, we got to log your bloody food. And I'm tired of this BS of you saying you're eating healthy, because eating healthy to you is one thing. To me, it's night and day. To the guy who's a basketball player, eating healthy is good to him. To the keto person, eating healthy is good to them. So I said, okay, I'm going to give you this for 4 weeks. And if you promise to one day do a podcast with me, like we're doing right now, I will give you my information. I will give you a caloric response, basal metabolic rate, and calorie intake to have. I'm going to open this up to you. I'm going to be available to you. I'm going to monitor and help you out. What did that tracking or how did that app help you? Because some people be like, well, I'm not an app person and I'm not like her. She's already fit and she wants to go on the computer. She'll log it. I'm too busy. Explain to me, when I set it up for you, how it made things different.
It let me know how much to eat, when to eat certain things. And I remember, like, even in the beginning, Dimitri, you had said I wasn't eating enough at breakfast.
Yes.
I never would have thought that. To me, I was eating enough.
And what was the before breakfast when you weren't eating, so people can know?
When I wasn't eating?
Yeah, what was an example of it? Like when you were already eating enough?
It was a half a cup of egg whites and then some cut up vegetables and olives.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah. To me, it looked like enough. It was a plate of food.
Right. And I'm like, no. So also what I was wanting to show her was we can't diet forever.
Yeah.
And we need to follow macronutrients based on our body type. So as a mesomorphic female who you can put on muscle easily, you can gain weight and lose weight, right?
Yeah.
Easily, okay? Versus an endomorphic person which has a harder time losing weight because metabolism is slower, and they can just put on muscle and fat extremely easy, just eating 2 meals a day even. And the ectomorphic person that struggles to put any weight on because they have a fast metabolism, and if they don't work out as they get older, they become skinny fat. When I set up your macros, and I was able to literally go in the back end and like I can cheat and going back and say, okay, I see what she's eating. And I was able to literally go through and send her little high fives and say, this was a good breakfast, this was a good lunch. So what started, and we started this, guys, on July 1st, okay? Today's September 19th. So we're at literally 10 weeks, okay? 10 weeks of time. When you started logging, did you do anything different with your workouts? Because, see, she's smiling. This is where we fought, like cat and dog. And I want her to explain to you what she did different and what she saw, and then what happened after that. Because again, you make a change, your body responds, then there's a plateau period, right?
Yeah.
So what was the change that I fought you on really hard to do?
So Dimitri told me from day one, he questioned why I was running before my workout and not after my workout. But that's always how I've trained.
And I knew that because she was a martial artist. You can't tell a martial artist not to do 20 minutes or 30 minutes of cardio, because that's how they build their conditioning. However, for fat loss and for muscle sculpting, she's a bodybuilder. She's trying to drop body fat, build muscle. That's body sculpting. What did I tell you to do?
Split my workout. So run in the morning fasted and work out later in the day, or run after my workout.
Was it hard? Was it easy?
It was very hard. In the first couple weeks was like, my body was sore, I was tired, and just mentally, like I said, I'm a creature of habit, so changing that for me was a challenge.
So to give the viewers more context, you have to wake up in the morning. You're going out for half an hour. Is it a kilometer-based run? Is it a time-based run? Because I know you're a MyZone queen.
Yeah. And
for those of you who don't know what the MyZone is, it's a heart rate monitor that we use in the gym to tally up points. And I believe between her and another female Vula, maybe another person, they've dominated every month having the highest MyZone Met points, which are activity points based on the amount of effort you're training. Yeah. So tell us, you would go for, was it calories, time, distance? What would you do for your run?
Because it's before work, it's time limited. So I have a route, it's about 4 kilometers. But then if I was to go on the weekend, I might do like a 7-kilometer run, but then I wouldn't do weights.
Do you run, this may be offhand, do you run on the sidewalk or on grass?
Sidewalk.
And it's okay for your knees and hips?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a machine. So you would wake up empty stomach.
Yeah.
You would do the cardio. When you were done that, you would break the fast with a meal.
Yeah.
And this is something that I remember she was going from a long time, because you did fasting for a while too?
Yeah, I did, with keto.
With keto.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, this is a perfect example for all you who are saying, I want to try this, I want to try that. They help get you started, correct?
Yes.
They help give you a baseline to begin.
Yes.
But when you're training in the morning and then you're not eating because you want to follow a fasting diet, you're going to burn muscle. So then what ended up happening when you started logging or you started changing your cardio in the morning?
I started dropping weight.
Just like that.
I broke the stuckness that I was in.
And how long was that plateau for?
6 months. Maybe
6 months?
To a year. It was long.
6 months to a year, okay. So you started breaking the plateau. Did you tweak anything after that? I know you religiously, do you still log today?
Yeah.
How long does it take to log a meal?
Not long, because after the food's in your app now, so it's easy just to click on it and plug it in.
You can just save a meal.
You can save it.
Favorite
and you can
breakfast?
copy and paste. Like it's the first 2 weeks maybe is a bit of a pain.
Right.
After that, once everything's in there, it's
Got it.
yeah.
So you started dropping down weight, you broke your plateau. She was coming in here like, oh my God, a brand new person. Dimitri, I'm dropping weight. Now, I knew the plateau would twist right away, but I said to her, we're gonna post that we're doing a challenge with somebody. It's a 4-week anonymous challenge. We're not gonna mention nothing until you get results, and you do this for 4 weeks. She stuck by this and she kicked ass. She followed it. She got a bunch of people in the gym also to start asking questions and to get more motivated. So this is what one person can have as a community impact. And I'm gonna tell your stats today. So July 1, guys, get your calculator out. 189, September 19, 166. That's 23 pounds in 10 weeks. I gotta break this down. So 23 divided by 10, that's 2.3 pounds per week. Now we know that that's not normal.
Yeah.
We know that sometimes people say it's not healthy, but tell us about your eating regimen now. Like, are you enjoying your eating? Are you eating carbs? Give us a breakdown.
Yeah, like breakfast is primarily protein and vegetables, like that. Lunch, I add in my carbs, so protein, vegetables, carb, fat. Then
after workout, you have some carbs as well?
After my workout, I usually have a shake with fruit.
Perfect.
And fat, peanut butter or something. And then dinner, protein and vegetables.
So you notice how a lot of the members, if the members are watching this and you're looking saying, my God, this sounds familiar. Every time I'm doing a meal plan with him, all he keeps talking about are you need all 3 macronutrients at every meal. You need a protein, carb, and fat. The only difference is, and I explained this to Tamara, is you need to manipulate the carbohydrate because there's refined sugar, there's starchy carbs, and then there's fibrous carbs. People get those mixed up and all they think about is no pasta, no bread, no fruit, it's all vegetables, and they crash. Okay, body fat percentage, guys. Her body fat percentage went from 36 to 28. That's 8% body fat, which is nuts. Usually people get 8% body fat in 8 months of training, not in 10 weeks, which is 2.5 months. And I can't stress the fact that, was it as hard as you thought it'd be?
It wasn't hard at all. To be honest, I'm here, I'm motivated, and as soon as you see results, it just keeps you going.
So, and now tell them this is an easy process. You have to do an in-body scanner.
Yeah.
Then you got to take the stats from here. You got to upload it to the app.
Yeah.
Or else I can't see the stats and I want to go and see the back end. You got to log your food. You still got to carry your gym gear. You got to plan yourself and get ready to come in here.
You got to tweak your workouts.
Yeah.
Also, I think that was a big thing too.
What did you tweak with the workouts?
They're totally different. It's still an upper day and a lower day, but there's a lot of conditioning parts into the workout.
Have your reps changed?
Yes, they've increased.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what about your rest?
There's less rest.
Because you do multiple volume sets of work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For someone who's a beginner, I would not suggest you try that out. If we're slowly going to wind down, and I want to thank you for being here today, and I want to show the members a true success story of one, not giving up, having perseverance, having dedication to your track, to your what's the word I'm looking for here? This is part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
This is part of your, it's something that you do not just for fitness to lose weight, but it's part of your trade and your work-life balance, right?
Yeah.
What do you tell people out there, men and women over 40, because that's the crew right here, what are you going to tell these guys if they're watching right now and they're saying, she's like a small percentage, she's a runner, I'm not a runner, I don't know if it can work?
You need to find a place where they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I could go to a big box gym and they wouldn't know. You're just one of many.
Yeah.
At PMF, you're not one of many. Everybody's an individual, and you get all the support, not only from Dimitri, from all the coaches here. They're all very knowledgeable and
they're all willing to help.
Yeah, they all want to see you succeed.
Tell them about our community and our members, because you've been part of all of our events. You've been part of, she was actually a bartender at our, was it 11-year anniversary, 12-year anniversary? It was one of them, but we had DJ here, so she was our evening bartender. But tell them about the community, because some people watching right now are like, man, this sounds great. But again, she used to be a martial artist, she used to train, she's comfortable going around people. I'm not. What do you tell that person who's at home watching who's afraid?
It's like a big family here. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's like friendly. Some of my like closest friends are here now.
Yeah.
It's just a friendly, inviting environment in this gym.
Nice. And then for those of you who are watching and who are contemplating, okay, I live in the UK right now, I live in Brazil, I live in the US, this sounds great, I followed this guy, his gym looks really, legit, it's professional, it's an actual real place with real clients, they're looking at doing the online training program. How can we give them an example of what they're going to be like? What I'm looking for is, what would you let them know? Because they may say, I'm not going to see you in person, and maybe I'm not going to get the results because I'm not training at your gym. But the foundation, the principles, the workouts that we do there are in the app.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who's thinking of doing it, either some online coaching, who can't join the gym? Can they still succeed?
Of course. That's why we have technology now, right? It's come so far.
Yeah.
And you can still have a coach, focusing you online and pushing you through that workout probably way better than you can do on your own.
And the one big thing is, she can message me at any time of the day, nighttime, morning, grocery shopping. Hey, is this right? Can you have a look at my meal? And I can literally go through and look at her information and see her stats. Any last Tamara Mizrachi, let's call it that, what is going to be your saying, or what do you want to leave people with a note of? Because you've been through hell and back, you've done a lot of work, and she's at a point now where she's like, oh, I'm just started, and she wants to keep crushing it.
Keep going.
What would you tell to anyone watching right now who's stuck and just is afraid to start? Because I think a lot of people that want to begin, that first step is just calling, booking an appointment, showing up to the gym. That's impossible. What would you say to them?
It's a really warm environment, and finding people to push you through it that actually know what they're doing makes a huge difference.
Right.
And
Just
at
have
PMF,
experience.
there's not one trainer here, one coach that isn't open and willing to help you.
Nice. Well, that's it. That's all, guys. We told you about the story. We told you about the app. She told you about her fighting with me, trying to not want to do morning cardio. We had scraps about nutrition. Dimitri, keto works, it doesn't work. But in the end of the day, we have a very, very, very happy ending. I want to thank you so much for coming out and sitting with us, the viewers. For those of you who are interested and you want more information, there's a link you can probably click below to get more information. If you want to set up a strategy call, it doesn't matter where you live on the planet. If you live in the US, if you live downtown Toronto, if you're stuck, you're not happy with where you are, you want to make some changes, reach out to us. I'd love to set up a call with you and to assist you. And you know what? You may come into the studio, you may bump shoulders with Tamara. She will show you what a good workout's about. And remember, attitude is everything. Peace. Take care.